And those are the images we saw over the weekend. The images down in Orange County and Ventura County on our beaches. Those images are an example of what not to see, people, what not to do, if we're going to make the meaningful progress that we've made in the last few weeks extend into the next number of weeks. The reality is we are just a few weeks away, not months away, from making measurable and meaningful changes to our stay-at-home order. That is a very optimistic point to emphasize. However, that's driven by data. It's driven by behavior. And as we change our behavior, we can impact the science, the health, and the data. This virus doesn't take the weekends off. This virus doesn't go home because it's a beautiful sunny day around our coasts. The likelihood of having a virus-free world is not realistic in the next number of months. We'll look forward to that day as herd immunity comes into effect and we have a vaccine that we can distribute and make available to hundreds of millions of people across this country, billions around the rest of the globe. Until then, we have to manage it. We have to manage risks. We have to manage and augment our behavior. And that's why I cannot impress upon you more to those Californians watching that we can't see the images like we saw, particularly on Saturday in Newport Beach and elsewhere in the state of California. Look, I'm not naive. The overwhelming majority of our coastline was appropriately advanced, meaning the stay-at-home orders were advanced, the physical distancing, the social distancing on those beaches was appropriate. You didn't see those images in LA beaches and San Diego beaches and Northern California around San Mateo County, up further north towards Eureka, because we had strong guidelines that were not only adopted, but were abided by. And we had local partners that supported those efforts and helped create the conditions on those hard park closures that allowed people to continue to conduct themselves appropriately. Unfortunately, there were these exceptions on Saturday in particular, a little less so on Sunday, and we've got to confront that. And I'm encouraged. I want to acknowledge that Newport Beach, I want to acknowledge their city council. I want to acknowledge the County Board of Supervisors in Orange County. I'm told they are looking to consider some augmentations and some more deliberative engagement to address the conditions and those concerns that were highlighted over the course of the weekend. But I want folks to know this as well. We're doing the same at the state level. The California Highway Patrol with our State Parks Patrol with other partners, and we will avail ourselves to more aggressive enforcement of the stay-at-home order, of the social distancing, of the guidelines and procedures that we expect to be followed all across the state of California. I deeply respect localism. I deeply respect local decision-making. I deeply respect the work that elected officials do all up and down this state of all political stripes. And I recognize your anxiety, and I recognize the pressures. As a former county supervisor, as a former mayor, I understand those local pressures intimately. And I deeply understand the broader public sentiment about their need to get some clarity, get some confidence that we'll go back to whatever modified sense of normalcy that we hope to see, that we'll see that advanced sooner than later. But I cannot impress upon people more. The only thing that will set us back is our behavior. The only thing that will set us back is people stopping to practice physical distancing and appropriate social distancing. That's the only thing that's going to slow down our ability to reopen this economy, our ability to adapt and modify this stay-at-home order. As I said, weeks, not months. If the data continues to be as stable as it has been over the course of the last few weeks, the only thing that can stop that is more images, again, like we saw over this weekend. So I'm looking forward to working with those local government agencies, working much more aggressively on the enforcement side, and continue to believe that we have remarkable capacity in the state to stabilize this curve and make the kind of modifications that all of us are eager to make. Again, none more eager than I am. And I just want to extend to that point. Tomorrow, we will be laying out more detail. Last week, on Wednesday, we laid out details on one of our 6 indicators. That was on the issues of testing, on tracing, on tracking, on social isolation that is done with an economic justice framework and the issues around quarantine. Tomorrow, we're going to break down the number 5 indicator, which goes to our business environment, goes to schools and childcare facilities and the like. And again, the hope and expectation is that we'll be in a position in a number of weeks to make meaningful modifications. But again, the data will guide that. The indicators will guide that. And the only thing that can disrupt that, to set us back, to slow down our capacity to start to reopen our economy, is behavior that's inconsistent with the statewide guidelines. So I just want to make that clear up top. And again, just want to thank all the incredible work that was done over the weekend by parks and by our public partners and by large cities that really conducted themselves appropriately and truly did justice to the guidelines that not only they set locally, but that the state of California has set. And we'll have a little work to do to improve upon Saturday in particular, but I'm confident that we can do so. And again, look forward to robust conversations.